Well, Gareth had always promised to be a tough one. This coming to an in-form Leyton Orient team. What's your verdict?
Yeah, listen to positives for 1-0 there. I think earlier in the season we probably would have collapsed, and that could have been a 3 or 4. You know, I'm really proud that the boys have grabbed hold of what I've been saying, and going into the game, they believe they could win. That's a massive step for this club, huge step. You know, and you know, fans were brilliant at the end again, absolutely brilliant. Thank you for the applause and their cheers, because the boys gave everything. Just wasn't good enough today, because Leyton Orient were a good side. You know, we've been on this unbeaten run over Christmas, and that was brilliant from the boys. And even at half time, I was quite chilled, thinking, you know what, there's not much in this game at all. I think they had one really good chance. We'd had a set piece off the line, you know, which was really, really close. But apart from that, there wasn't much between the two teams. And then second half, you know, I think maybe his leggy ran out of legs a little bit in the 5 games, and had a couple of illnesses. You know, Aaron Pierre played through for a bit of illness for me. You know, he woke up this morning not feeling great, so you know, he went through the pain barrier. And for me, it just looked like we just ran out a little bit of steam. You know, at both ends. You know, defensively, their forwards were lively. You know, and then at the other end, we didn't seem to get on the end of much, you know, and that was tough. You know, I thought the forwards ran their socks off, but just didn't go for us today, and that happens sometimes in football. But do you know what? Proud of the boys, proud of the fans. Just giving Carl Winchester a 500 shirt, because that's his 500th career appearance. That's some career he's had. So little bits like that will buoy us, and I've just said to the boys, they're really down, and in a way, I'm really happy they're really down, because they believe they could get something out of this. So if they'd have been happy thinking, oh, that just happens every week, we've changed that mentality now. And I've said to them, not one of you think that this is the end, this is the start of everything. You know, we'll just have to go and beat one of the big boys we've got coming up in January now. But no, pleased with where we are. Disappointed with the result today, and I know it's a long drive home, but thanks, Shrewsbury fans, you were great today.
At a 1-0, of course, you're always in the game.
Yeah.
A couple of moments, what might have been moments perhaps later on?
Yeah, we had a couple of moments. You know, I think there's a couple of long throws. Jordan and Ross to Wisdom, a left-footed crossing, which I thought anyone could get on the end of that. You know, Josh Coyote had a shot. You know, which, you know, you're hoping just flies in the top corner, but you know, those moments didn't come today, and sometimes that does happen. This is football, you know, but I will say that a team like Leyton Orient, who've been on a 10-game winning, drawing run, reaching the playoffs almost, you know, and beating some big teams along the way, that's not a bad performance from us, you know. Didn't trouble them with shots on goal, gutted with that, but I thought again we looked quite solid, quite frustrating to play against, and we can build on that, and I will be doing. We need a couple of days off now. Even myself, have had this little lurgy that's going around, and I just want to make sure that we're all fresh and we're all good for Huddersfield next weekend, because that's where the run of these big teams in the league are coming now, and we want to make sure we're good, and you know, we're back at home. I want to impress the fans, and I want to make sure that we're right on it.
Yeah, how tough has this sequence actually been? You've had some good results, 4 games unbeaten before today, but it has been 5 games in 15 days. I know it's the same for every team, but that's a lot of games, isn't it, in a fairly short space of time? Yeah,
and for a small squad, which we are, with youngsters learning their trade. Yeah, everyone probably thinks that youngsters, they're fit, they should be able to handle this, but it's the mental side. You know, it's the stress that they're in football. It's the older ones who probably do better in these occasions, because they've been here before, they know how to handle it. So some of the young ones are like, oh my word, another game. But I'll have to say, they've done well, young and old. I can't thank them enough for their efforts. I put the team out, I put the shape out. I apologise, it's on me. We didn't have any shots really on target today, and we didn't look that threatening going forward. So yeah, I'll take that one, definitely. The boys will recover, rest well, and hopefully we can get going next Saturday against Huddersfield.
A word about one of your younger players, perhaps Josh Feeney, who I thought was very good today. The amount of interceptions and blocks he got in.
Yeah, and Josh is good. You know, I want him to, defend well, learn plenty. You know, he was against a tough opponent with Charlie Kelman today. He got the wrong side of him a few times, but Josh recovered really well, pace-wise, blocks-wise, fantastic. He's here to learn the game, he's here to develop, and I'm pleased that I'm developing him, and he's getting plenty of game time. He's definitely learning, and with Aaron Pierre, who had to play through a bit of illness coming off, we ended up going to the 4 at the back, which for me was quite leaky early in the season. I was a little bit worried then, but again they held it together quite well. Of course, Leyton Orient had some chances, but we have to needs must at the moment, and Josh has learnt plenty playing in the centre of that 5, and I'm really proud of him, and he's going to go on to a fantastic career, no doubt. But we need him to play another half a season here with us, and hopefully get us out the trouble we're in.
You mentioned your captain, Carl Winchester, a little bit earlier. How big an achievement is that to reach 500 professional appearances?
At the age he is, it's a fantastic achievement. It really is. He's a model professional, trains really well every day, leads his boys, and it has to be recognised, because not everyone gets 500. It's a great achievement that he's got there, and he's played for Sunderland obviously, and ourselves, and I remember at Forest Green back in the day and things. So he's had a real good journey, Carl, and the boys were the first to congratulate him after the game. I told them not to be too down. I said, look, it hurts, and that's great, it hurts. I want it to hurt, but I also want you to know that one game does not make a season. So, we've got to forget this quick, get on with it. But they were the first to applaud Carl for his 500. We signed a shirt yesterday and gave it him after the game today. I wish it had been on a win, but you can't always get what you want.
The gap has widened between Shrewsbury and the 5th bottom, if you like, after this today. Is it important not to get too caught up in this at the moment, with so many games still to be played?
Listen, there's loads of games to be played yet. I came here and they were bottom of the league, below the line. We haven't been out above the line yet, and it's a long way to go. It really is, But there's a lot of games to play. A lot of games. There's way over 60 points to play for yet, and we're aiming to get out by the end of the season, not by the end of January, by the end of February. It's got to be by the end of April, start of May. We want to be above that line. There's plenty of points to do that. There's loads, and the teams who played each other today, everyone's thinking that's a good thing, but I think a couple of them won, so they go up and the others come down, and so we're above 2. We just need to get 2 more below us, and that's my aim. The fans getting behind us like they did, the players giving me all their efforts, maybe a little bit of luck as well. That'll come true.
And finally, anything imminent in terms of comings, goings, perhaps, now that the window is open?
Listen, there'll be ins and outs, I'm sure, in January. We've got to make sure that we freshen things up a little bit, try and strengthen the squad. And also, players who aren't playing, sometimes they want to go and play games elsewhere, and as a manager, you've got to deal with all this sort of stuff. So I'm going to be working hard in January to improve the squad, but at the moment, it's just making sure these boys are okay after this game, getting them all refreshed and recovered for next weekend, because at the moment we are what we are, and we've got the squad getting ready for Huddersfield, and that's going to be a great occasion next week.
As always, thanks for your time, Gareth.
Cheers, thank you.